Hello everyone, in this video we're going to talk about how we can subtract linear expressions. So we did a previous video on how to add them. So if you want to go back to my home page, or my video page I guess, and click on the most recent upload before this one, then you can see how to add linear expressions. So we have this same bullet point on both of these videos at the beginning because we just need to remind ourselves what a linear expression actually is. So a linear expression is just an algebraic expression in which the exponent of each variable is 1. So remember about the exponent of a 1, it's not going to actually change the value of our expression or of our base. It's just one factor of it. So a lot of times when we see an exponent of a 1, we actually won't see it because we won't write it, because it doesn't change the value, right? So essentially when we say a linear expression has an exponent of a 1, we could say it doesn't have an exponent that is visible, right? Because the exponent of a 1 is there, but it doesn't change the value, so we don't write it, okay? So a couple examples would be negative 5x, 4x plus 6y, or 8 minus 1/2 x. All right. So we're going to do two examples here. Just like we did in the adding linear expressions video, we could do this horizontally or we could do it vertically. So we'll start off with number 1 and do it vertically. And then for number 2, we'll do it horizontally. So remember when we subtracted integers, we said that subtraction is like adding the opposite. Okay. So if I apply that here to number 1, we would have x minus 4, and then we would do plus the opposite of what's in parentheses here. So instead of negative x, it would be positive x, and instead of positive 18, it would be negative 18. So we have x minus 4 plus x minus 18. So now we have x plus x, which would be 2x, and negative 4 plus negative 18, which would be negative 22. Okay, so we did that one vertically. We could see kind of our process there. And so now let's move on to number 2, and let's do this one horizontally. Now, when I'm doing it horizontally with subtraction, I like to think about as we're distributing this negative sign. So I'm giving this negative sign to our two terms over here. So I'm going to rewrite this as negative 2y plus 7 minus 8.4y minus 13. So notice how I changed 8.4 to be the opposite there. So minus 8.4y, and then 13 became opposite as well, became negative 13. So now, notice I have a negative 2y minus 8.4y. So I'm adding, or I have a negative and I'm subtracting, so I'm going to get more negative. So this would be like doing negative 2y plus negative 8.4y. So this would be negative 10.4y, and then we have plus 7 and minus 13. So that's like 7 minus 13, which would be negative 6. Okay? So our final answer for number 2 would be negative 10.4y minus 6, and that is how you can subtract linear expressions.